As we put our final thoughts on Super Bowl 57 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles here at Radio Row in Phoenix, Arizona, Harrison Graham here with you. It's going to be a fun game, right? Very close point spread, good matchup. Trenches game. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP this week. He's looking to add to his legacy. Jalen Hurts looking to kind of get that first big notch on his legacy. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. My score prediction was 27-24 Kansas City. Had a chance to sit and talk with several Chiefs players earlier in the week. Orlando Brown, Jaylen Watson, Josh Williams, Nick Bolton, and a few others as well. Thought it'd be fun for you guys to hear from them as they prepare for this matchup. A couple of jokes cracked in there as well. So enjoy this video. And we will see you guys tomorrow for Super Bowl 57. We'll be live on the Chiefs Report for a watch party. Join us then, and take care.
Man, I think we find a lot of pride just being in the Super Bowl, period. Having the opportunity to play in a game like this for this franchise with this offensive line, playing for Coach Heck, Coach Reed, Pat, I think we take a lot of pride in that, man. Obviously, you know, as you said, this defensive line is really good, and it's nothing to, you know, look past. But, man, I think, you know, we kind of understand where we are as players, and we set a very high standard for ourselves as individuals and as a group in the offensive line room. And, man, right now it's a lot of focus on that. How much better can we be this week than we've been in the past?
It's obviously a team game, but within the team game is individual matchups, and obviously you're probably going to get a lot of one-on-ones with Hassan Reddick. Are you looking forward to that matchup? What stands out to you when you see him on tape?
Yeah, man, he's a really good player. He does a really good job using his hands well. You know, I feel like he's very comfortable in the system as well. They allow him to play, you know, Jim rush freely, and he's done an amazing job this season within the system and within his talents, man, showing up and showing out.
What stands out to you with your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes? Obviously, we all know the talent he is, but is there something you see, you know, throughout the week, you know, in the offseason, stuff like that, not necessarily on game days, that you're just like, yeah, he's just different in that regard? What stands out in that sense?
Yeah, man, I think his work ethic, man. He works really hard, and he takes a ton of time working with the receivers, working with the offensive line, the running backs, Coach Reed, making sure everyone's on the same page. And, man, the things that he can do with his arm, throwing off platform, his ability is crazy.
I know you're focused on the next 4 or 5 days for this game, but obviously last offseason you get franchise tagged. Big offseason again. Have you looked ahead? Is there thought that this could be your last game in Kansas City? What do you expect the next 3 to 4 months to bring after Sunday's game?
Yeah, man, we'll see. You know, the business is the business, man. But, you know, I was brought here to win Super Bowls, and I got the opportunity to do that coming on Sunday, so I'm super excited for the opportunity.
Ideally, you want to be here long term?
Absolutely, man. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything, you know, different. There was no different preparation. You know, you never want to see guys go down, but, you know, when they do, you got to make some more plays, and you know, that was it. I didn't do anything different. You know, it wasn't like I needed to put it on my shoulders. You know, it's a team game, and one man isn't going to ever win a football game. So,
how long did it take you to get on the same page with Patrick Mahomes? Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, similar quarterback, a guy who can keep plays alive, has the big arm, but Mahomes creates so many off-platform type of plays where, you know, it kind of becomes backyard football. Did it happen before the season in camp? Did it take a few games? How long would you say it took to kind of get in sync with him?
I mean, everything's different, man. Obviously, going from Aaron to Pat, they're two different quarterbacks, but they both can make any throw. You know, so as long as you run your routes the same and you get on a good regime with him, it's pretty easy. So it wasn't really like a definite timeline. You know, he can make every throw. I can run every route. So,
what stands out on film when you look at this Eagles defense? Obviously, you don't want to give anything away, but what challenges are being presented by that group, and are you looking forward to the matchup to exploit some weaknesses?
Yeah, I mean, I always look forward to the matchup. They're a good defense, which is why they're here. I think they've had the most sacks this season, and they got, you know, a good secondary. You know, between Slay and Bradbury. Those two guys are playing really well, and the up front is getting home. You know, so it'll be a good challenge for us. You know, but we're here for a reason too.
Yeah, a ton. You know, they definitely have talented players on both sides of the ball for them. You know, on the O-line and D-line, and you know, specifically their D-line. You know, they have a ton of playmakers and a ton of depth too. So we know it's going to be a unique challenge, but you know, those are the kind of games we want to play in. So we're excited about it.
What does the duo of Hargrave and Fletcher Gamecocks, just what challenges do they present, and what makes them just so challenging to go up against, at least what you see on the tape when you gear up for this game?
Yeah, for being interior rushers, both of them are, extremely active. And they do a great job on second effort plays, things like that, just getting around the ball at all times. So they're both, extremely good pass rushers. They're both stout in the run game. They're just really all-around good players, both of them.
You became a top 3, top 5 center right when you entered the league, all-pro caliber player. This year, PFF had you and Jason Kelsey as the top 2 graded centers. I'm wondering if Jason Kelsey is a guy, when you were coming out of college or even in college, that you looked at as, to add stuff to your game so you could come right in and be an effective center in this league right away.
Yeah, definitely. I used to break down, while I was in college. During the summers, I'd always break down a couple of players a year and kind of watch their game and try to take stuff from it. Jason was definitely one of them. Travis Frederick was another. Nick Mangold was another one too. So, just my thing was always looking for those top guys and seeing what I can take from their games.
I mean, I'm excited to be back here. Like, it's a childhood dream to play in the Super Bowl, and we've been back here 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to be here. But one thing that I would say Philly will give us is just they got dynamic players like everywhere. Like, they have good receivers on both sides of the ball, a really good tight end, great running back, a quarterback that can deliver it to each and every receiver. So we got our hands full this week. We just got to play fundamentally sound and just continue to play hard, eliminate all our mistakes, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think when you play with any team, man, number one thing is stopping the run. If a team can run and pass, makes it hard on the defense to find a way to get stopped. So I think me and Willie got an understanding that this team likes to run the ball. They like to be physical at the line of scrimmage and reset the line of scrimmage. So in order for them not to be able to do that, we got to be able to get downhill, help our D-line get off the double teams, and allow them to get a vertical penetration. So as the game progresses, we understand that's kind of the mindset we got to bring going into the game.
It sounds obvious, but how critical is it to just simply tackle well, especially early on? A difference between a 3rd and 8 and a 3rd and 2 is, making a tackle in space. How critical is it to make those type of plays and, force Philadelphia to get a little more one-dimensional in the money downs?
Tackling out in space, man, it's probably more pivotal now than it has been all season, especially in the playoffs. Tackling is at a premium, and it's a lot of situational football that goes inside of that, and a 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 6 versus the philosophy of what they want to do is completely different. So, again, it's going to be huge for us to be able to get them in 3rd down and longs, winning 1st down, and trying to get them into a 2nd down, almost a 3rd down, and how aggressive they are on offense. So it's just a lot of different things that go into it. We just got to be able to get them in 3rd down and longs, man, and let the line go to work.
What stands out to you when you watch Jalen Hurts on tape? Obviously, he's ascended in year 3 here. He's gotten his team to a Super Bowl. What challenges does he present, and how hard is it going to be to slow him down with his dual threat ability?
Yeah, man. The way the offense is constructed, man. They got great wideouts, great offensive line. Running backs are great as well. Tight end does a hell of a job. So it's just going to take all 11 of us, man. And they do a great job of making him as a runner with lead blockers, and that presents problems for the defense, especially linebacker-wise, and also his ability to get the ball on the outside. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez, all those guys, man. And again, I wouldn't say he's a better runner or passer. I think he's great at both. I feel like that's why he prevents the most problems for our defense. His ability to run the ball, 15 rushing touchdowns, are unprecedented as a quarterback. So we got to be able to prep for that.
Ask you something real quick about your quarterback. What makes Patrick such a great leader for this team? Is there something in particular that sticks out to you that just makes him a great leader for Kansas City?
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty easy. Same person every single day, and he works his craft harder than anybody else in the NFL. It's kind of those guys. You got a guy like that that's kind of that's leading as an example, and he has that much success on what he does. It makes it easy for a lot of guys, especially a lot of young guys, to follow suit and try to work as hard as him, but I don't think nobody else does. First one in, last one out type of guy, and that's very hard to replicate. And a lot of the young guys, including myself, are watching that. We're trying to model that as well.
I asked Patrick earlier about how Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni, 2 different kind of styles of coaches, similar to an extent in terms of being able to kind of get players to rally around them and stuff. And he talked about just the diligence that Andy Reid has day in and day out. What qualities do you see in him in your first few years here that have really enabled you to believe in him as a coach and just kind of rally around him like the rest of this team has?
Yeah, man, it's hard to try to argue with an all-time great coach, man. He's one of the greatest coaches ever coached the game. You can watch him football, man. The opportunity to play for a coach like that, you got to take advantage of it. And that's just kind of as simple as that. I got a lot of respect for Coach Reed, man. He's a big Mizzou guy too. Coach at Mizzou, so that makes it even better. And yeah, man, he's just a trustworthy coach, man. Honest, man. He's gonna push you to be the best person of yourself every single day, and that's all you can ask for as a player.
I wouldn't necessarily say that play. During training camp, feel like we're playing the best quarterback in the league. So, you know, just playing against that offense and being able to hold my own, I knew I could play in the league.
Do you guys take pride in kind of, you know, you got these trio of rookies, you, Trent, Josh Williams, obviously Snead's a third-year guy, but he's young as well. But I think there's some talk that, young secondary, they're not supposed to be here playing at this level. Do you guys talk about that? Do you guys feel like you are supposed to be here this early?
Yeah, we definitely do. And we're always going to feel overlooked because you have Pat on the other side of the ball, so he's going to get so much attention. Even if the defense playing good, that means the offense probably going to put up 40, so we still wouldn't get any credit. But we're just going to always hold our head down, keep going to work, and just try to feed off the doubt.
What have you seen from Jalen Hurts in preparing for this matchup? Obviously, you go up, like you said, against the best every day in practice, but what challenges does he present and this group of weapons present for you guys?
Yeah, he's a very smart quarterback. He dissects the defense, wants to see where you're in and know where he's going to go with the ball. He can make all throws. He's very accurate with deep balls to intermediate routes. And you're just going to have to keep him in the pocket, try to contain him, and, you know, just try to fight through the hands of the receivers.
Circle back to you, Trent and Josh, all being rookies. Do you guys have any challenges in practice trying to see which one of you stands out the most, or a little off-the-field games, fun group chats or anything like that? Have you guys been able to really connect coming in the same class? Just wondering if you guys do any fun things off the field that's really helped you guys grow as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, I mean, we just always stand in the locker room after practice. Like, we don't too much go home, you know, just talking or watching film. Every Thursday night during the season, we all went to someone's house and just watched Thursday night football and just, you know, ate food and hung out. And that just built that brotherhood, made the whole group a stronger knit.
Who's the funniest out of y'all three? You can say you.
Nick, who you think the funniest?
Out of him, Josh, and Trent, the three rookies.
Trent really kind of quiet. Jay 23 right there, man. He probably cracked the most jokes. He probably got the funniest jokes though. So it's a little bit of a mix of everything.
Yeah, so it's me.
It's very, you know, very just humbling. This whole experience going to the league and going to the Super Bowl my first year, it's like a storybook, you know, kind of fairy tale. I never would have just assumed that, you know, my first year I was going to be playing for a Super Bowl team and about to go win it too. So it's really just a blessing, and I couldn't have been any more appreciative of coming here.
You got an opportunity earlier in the year with some injuries and stepped in and played well and have been in and out of the lineup. When did things click for you that you were like, was there a moment when you said, okay, I can play in this league and I can play right now as a rookie? AFC Championship game, a great example. You step in there and virtually gave up no completions. So was there a moment it clicked for you either during the season or maybe in camp that you were like, yeah, I belong at this level?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I always felt that way, especially just me coming in to camp and getting a coach. And I felt like, you know, I could come in here and compete. And a lot of, you know, just having that confidence is having good guys around you. But there's definitely a learning curve with that. You know, knowing I can come in and compete doesn't mean anything if, you know, I'm still giving up touchdowns. So there's a learning curve that comes with it. And a lot of that was gradual, you know, that learning curve, just getting adjusted to the league and used to the flow of the game. That takes time and experience, and there was no just click for that. That was more so just, you know, game by game, step by step.
I asked Jaylen and Nick Bolton stepped in a little bit. Out of you, Trent, and Jaylen, the three rookie corners, who the funniest was, and Nick said you cracked the best jokes. Is that true? Are you the comedian out of those three?
Nah, don't listen to nothing those guys say. I'm super serious all the time. You know, I take my job 100% serious. It's Jaylen Watson. Jaylen Watson's the funniest guy. You know, I just come in, I work. You know what I'm saying? Hard hat, lunch pail, you know, no shenanigans, no jokes. That's me.
What makes Jaylen funny?
Man, go check him out right now. Ask him. He'll give you a joke. He's the comedian. He comes in with his clown hat and the red nose, always ready to crack a joke. So he definitely gives us a little bright spot, you know, during the day. That's our entertainment for the day right there.
All right, real quick. Real quick, just back to the game a little bit. What stands out when you guys watch the Eagles on tape with these A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Hurts as a quarterback? What challenges are you guys going to be presented with on Sunday?
Versatility. That's how I would kind of describe them. They're real versatile. They have a unique game. They can run the ball, and they can also throw it deep to those talented receivers out wide. But we have a good game plan. We also have some good guys on our end, if you guys didn't know. So we definitely like ourselves on Sunday, and all we got to do is execute and be prepared, and I think we'll do what we have to.
I mean, you figure that out pretty fast. You know, you're in camp, you're together every day, so you figure that out fast. Like, just watching the guys move, I can usually tell if a guy can move, if he can cover, if he can't. But I saw that these guys can ball, like, when we was in camp. Like, they were making plays everywhere. Then all of a sudden, they were kind of forced into the game to play because they didn't have no choice. Like, we didn't have a whole lot of depth at one point. We had a bunch of rookies, no vets that can step in and play early, so we had to put rookies in there. They were forced in there. And the guys did not blink at all, man. Like, we put them in there, they made plays. Even if they gave up a play, they didn't put their heads in. They just continue to work harder each and every day, and then all of a sudden they make up for the play they gave up, and they'll make a big play to help us turn the game around.
I know the focus is on the next 4 or 5 days with the Super Bowl, but you're obviously set to be a free agent this offseason. Do you want to stay here? Is that a priority of yours? Obviously, you've never entered free agency before, so guys looking to cash in, obviously. Have you thought about that at all? What is in the back of the head rattling a little bit about what your future could be? Could this be your last game in Kansas City?
I mean, yeah, early it was something I thought about a lot, and I noticed that it was affecting the way I was playing because I'm out here trying to do everything right so I can stay in Kansas City, so I can get a next contract. So, but now I don't really think too much about it, and you can see it on the field. Like, I've been playing so much better now that I pushed that behind me and just continue to focus on each week and don't worry about the future. Like, I'm just focused on this week, not really worry about free agency. Just playing this hard, make plays out there, and then free agency will play out the way that I wanted to after this week.
Ideally, would you be here though beyond this year?
Oh yeah, if they want me back, I'm coming back to Kansas City.
All right.